I just want to say before this podcast begins, I know this got a little deep at sometimes, but I promise I'll have another video coming up later on. Maybe me playing a video game or just me talking about a story from Mexico or something like that. I have a few good stories from Mexico, so hopefully you guys enjoy. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and casual YouTube cancer speech stuff. You get the idea. Give me smack that motherfucking like button. Dab on him. Damn Daniel. Hey guys, Mr. Omega here, and I'm back with another episode of G3 Procrastination and Imagination. Now, I'm filming this one soon after the first one that was dropped. We had some problems uploading, but that got taken care of. And so I'm in the mood to make a podcast because I just got back from a wisdom wink and listened to Queen. Well, not at the same time, but you get the idea. So I'm kind of in the mood to do a podcast right now. And so today's topic is going to be aspirations. Aspirations of mainly people around my age, not necessarily like businessmen in their 40s trying to, I don't know, get the next figure of money rolling in. Maybe might touch on that, but mainly people my age in high school or looking to college, maybe people who are in college. It does sound a little choppy. Sorry about that, because I normally prepare a script for this kind of stuff, although right now I don't. I kind of just sat down and started filming. I'm going to be speaking off the top of my head, so let's see how this goes, huh? So I think there's about good 3 categories of where people fall into with their aspirations, their goals in high school, like long-term goals. And I'm like, oh man, hope I drop 5 pounds by spring, like future like college job type goals, the ones they ask you in Thanksgiving. So you have that one group of people, and I think I fall in this category, where they're trying to do as good as they can in high school. They're trying to take as many AP classes, all A's, best GPA, taking a lot of SATs, they already know what college you want to go to or an idea what colleges. They have like jobs. You already have they already have a job lined up for them. Everything's lined up and written for them. Now, I'm not necessarily like that, although I am trying to, I do want to do as well as I can right now and get into a really good college. So I think I'd fall in that category, if anything, because I already have a decent idea of what I'm going to do. But then there's that second category where people who are moderately prepared, and they're kind of taking like some of the more easier classes. They're in high school. They don't really care so much for things like that, like going for the higher stuff. I think that's alright. I mean, I know a few people like that, and nothing against them. I think it's fine if they want to do that. That's perfectly fine. But me, that's not my type of thing. But for these people, that's their thing. Take some of the more easy classes like chefs or something, get a quick A. Possibly like go to the 2-year community college, and then after that go to a 4-year college. Save up the money, take it slow. Maybe, I don't know, maybe get a job. Maybe they don't know exactly what they want to do, but they have an idea. That's fine. But there's this third category that I really just grinds my gears. It really just bites on my soul, like just a little bit. It really irks me. It's this group of people that just have no aspiration at all, no goal. They're completely like complacent with their life at the moment, and that kind of just surprises me that they have just nothing to look forward to in the long-term future. Like they're not just taking any class just for the hell of it, just because their friends in it, stuff like that. They're missing day to school just because why the fuck not? And then I guess there's a group of people within that have an idea what they want to do. Like if they want to start a SoundCloud and start becoming a rapper, pro tennis player, ski ball gym class player, teacher thing. Some sort of far off. Oh, I want to be a YouTuber, stuff like that. That might be. I find that more acceptable because at least they have a goal to set forward to. They have an idea, some sort of goal to approach. Oh, I know I mentioned YouTuber, and you guys might think, oh, wait a minute, but Mr. Omega Milky Man, aren't you trying to become a famous YouTuber on G3? And the answer is no. No, if anything, this is more therapy for me. So again, the quality might be low for this entire channel, but that's because I'm kind of uploading what I want. Not necessarily looking to get that big bucks, but, I mean, everybody does a podcast. They're probably oversaturated, and I don't care. I like doing them. Anyways, back to the point. So these people, I mean, I talked to a few of them. I know a few of them, but something about just being complacent. I think being complacent is probably the worst thing you can be. Because if you're complacent, that means that there's no progress being made, and it's a little scary to me, to be honest. I think that's probably one of my fears. Being just stagnant and still. I always want to be moving up and always grinding. I'm not sure if everyone else is in the same mentality as me, but I feel like in general as long as you have some sort of goal, you're always going to be improving, and improving is always going to be good. So, I mean, these people are the type of people that would, even if they don't want to go to college, because there's some people that want to go into like a trade school or something like that, and that's acceptable. But these type of people, they want to graduate early and just sit at home, and they don't know what they want to do. Because I've talked to I've had a conversation with one person like this, and so their plan was after they graduate, they were going to do is they were gonna they had a job at I forgot where it was, some sort of bagging place, and what they wanted to do was that they had to I think Jules was it. Anyways, besides the point, what they worked there. They said, every year I stay here, I get $1 or like 25 cents more than my salary. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay in this hometown forever and work as a bagger for the rest of my life. That's fine. I don't care. And then the person I was really just surprised by their answer that they were okay with being a bagger at Jules for their entire life. And well, not to rack on anyone that wants to be. Well, actually, no, I take that back. This is a rack against people who are thinking like that. I don't really. Just the idea of just being satisfied with your life, of just being a bagger at Jules, that is your profession. That is what you contribute to human society. I think there's a problem there because there's no sort of push to get better, not even a push to be a manager or anything. You said that she was fine with being a bagger. Oh, this is a girl, by the way. She was fine with being a bagger for the rest of her life. I mean, maybe she said she wanted to move out of town and then work as a bagger, and then that I think is a little better because at least she has something to work towards and something to try to improve towards. But still, with that being kept in mind, I don't think that's really plausible, really used. I'm trying to find a good word for this, but I'm not really too sure what could be done after that, because for me, the biggest fear that I have, sorry, this podcast is getting a little deep, and I said earlier that I wouldn't get too deep into these, but oh well. Anyways, so my biggest fear for me is being forgotten. Here, I have a quote for you. Let me go find the quote real quick. Alright, so I found the quote, and so here it is. It's by Bansky, and so the quote goes, "They say you die twice. One time when you stop breathing, and a second time a bit later on when somebody says your name for the very last time." And that quote really shook me the first time, because obviously everyone knows when you die, your heart stops, your brain stops, that's it, you're done for. But then you die a second time when someone says your name for the last time, and that really shook me, because having some just your existence being forgotten is probably the scariest thing that I can think of. Just you ceasing to exist in the minds of people. Like if you look back, let's say Roman peasant number 847. No one really knows his name exactly, and he probably had almost no contribution to society, and he's forgotten. That's it. No one knows about him. His legacy is over, and he's forgotten with history. And that was surprising. I was just not fine with the idea of me and myself being just forgotten like that. That sort of idea of just, that's it, it's done, is what drives me to try to get something done. My personal goal in life is to have some sort of impact where I could prolong the second death of mine, and possibly even do something notable so people can look up to me. That's my goal. That's my end goal, for people to recognize me and for me to contribute to human society enough so that people can look back and be like, maybe hundreds or or thousands of years, probably not thousands of years, but at least my great grandkids can look up and say, "See, Mr. McMilkman, he made that shitty podcast. What a great guy." Some, obviously not that, but you get the idea. Something like that, I think, is what I'm trying to work towards. And then, so if we jump back to the bagger at Jules, how long? If I were to ask them, how long do they think they have until they're completely forgotten, until someone says bagger at Jules number 4753 the very last time? When will they be forgotten? And I didn't ask them that, but if I were to ask them that, I'm not sure if that would have changed their mind or not on being a bagger and having that as their aspiration. So I'm not sure. And then again, I'm not sure if this is an irrational fear either. Maybe I should just accept the fact that people are going to forget me, and that's going to be it, and that's going to be over. Because if you look at people, Well, if you look at people like Steve Jobs, it's gonna be a while till people forget Steve Jobs because he did a lot for the world. He progressed computers. He basically started the age of modernized computers where everyone wanted them. They became popularized as the home commodity. And so it's going to take a while for people to forget Steve Jobs and Stephen Hawking and all these other great people. But again, for Jewel Laskobagger, I'm not even sure how many years after her death. And that's what spooks me a lot. And I know I've said it scared me a lot, but it is a sincere fear. Not like a spooky, scary ghost fear, but you get the idea. Kind of like death fear. But then again, people do have a spooky, scary ghost fear of death. Now, what I like to do is I like to play devil's advocate sometimes against myself. So, for the counter argument, I guess for me is, for my argument of the fear of it being irrational, is that it's just going to happen to everyone and we should all probably just forget about it. And so, I'm not sure if I could just come to terms with that. And so, I wonder if anyone else has ever thought about this too, because I know I like to think about some of the more cosmic or some of the more deeper questions, but sometimes I think, do other people think this stuff too? So I want to know if I brought a question that you guys may not have thought about, that might be something to think about. Or maybe if you guys have some question for me, they might start up some conversation between, I guess, me and the viewer, although I'm not sure how many loyal subscribers we have. And, sorry again for this a little bit more on the deeper side content. I'm probably going to upload, I don't know, me just dicking around CSGO or something, or me playing with my friends. Oh yeah, by the way, the Minecraft thing is going to happen eventually. We just got to wait till, everybody gets a computer. And, me, Gunny Monster, and Dr. Donut Dude. Gunny Monster has his, Dr. Donut Dude should be getting his in the future. Although, I'm not sure. There'll be a duty on that. I'll let you guys know when we'll start the series. But for now, it's kind of on the rise. Sorry for this deep podcast. Didn't really expect it to be this deep. But kind of just, like I said, kind of just sat down, started speaking. And I guess that's where my mind went. Talk to you guys later. Hope you guys enjoyed. Again, this is Mr. Mega Milky Man on the G3 Procrastination and Imagination. Peace.